Welcome to my channel. Let me ask you something. What's the first thing you did when you started learning your first language as a baby? You didn't speak, you didn't read, you didn't write, you listened. Yes, listening comes first. But we forget that when learning English. We try to speak fast, read fast, write fast, but we don't listen enough. In this video, I'll tell you why listening is the most important skill. And if you stay till the end, I'll give you one small but powerful listening tip that changed the way my students learn. Let's begin. Chapter 1. Listening is where language learning starts. Let's start at the very beginning, not just for English, but for any language. Think about a baby. A baby does not read grammar books. A baby does not study vocabulary lists. A baby listens. That's how learning begins. For the first year of life, a baby hears thousands of words every day. The baby listens to their parents, brothers, sisters, and other people around them. They hear stories, songs, and daily conversations. But they don't speak, not yet. They just listen. Then one day, they say their first word. Later, they say more words. Then they speak in full sentences. All of this happens without reading or writing. All of it comes from listening. So why do many English learners skip this step? Most students jump to grammar rules and vocabulary drills. They want to speak fast, but they don't listen enough. And that is the big mistake. Let me tell you the truth. Listening is the real beginning of speaking. When you listen to English, many good things happen. 1. Your brain learns the sounds of English. 2. You begin to understand the rhythm and music of the language. You hear grammar in real use, not just in rules. You hear how words connect and flow naturally. 5. You feel the meaning, not just translate. Listening builds everything, from understanding to pronunciation. It's the natural way to learn. Let me give you a story. A student named Amir wanted to speak English fluently. He tried many things: grammar books, vocabulary flashcards, and even memorizing long word lists. But nothing worked. He still felt nervous when he had to speak. Then he tried something simple. Every day, he listened to one English podcast for 20 minutes. Just 20 minutes, while walking, eating, or cleaning. At first, he didn't understand much, but he kept going. After 1 week, he could catch a few words. After 1 month, he could understand full sentences. After 3 months, he could speak more confidently, without translating in his head. Listening changed his English, and Amir is not the only one. I have seen this again and again. Students who listen every day learn faster. They understand more, and they speak more naturally. Here's a question for you. What happens to your English if you listen just 20 minutes a day? That's not a big time investment. Just 20 minutes, while walking, eating breakfast, or relaxing. But this small habit can change your learning forever. So before you study more grammar or vocabulary, start here. Start with listening. Don't worry if you don't understand everything. That's okay. Your brain is learning. Just like a baby's brain, just like Amir's brain. The more you listen, the more you understand. The more you understand, the more you speak. Good listeners become good speakers. Chapter 2. Listening improves. Speaking without speaking. Can listening really help you speak English, even if you don't speak out loud? Yes, it can. Let's go deeper. When you listen to English, something amazing happens inside your brain. Your brain starts to copy. It copies sounds, it copies phrases, it copies grammar, without you even trying. This is called passive learning. You are not studying, you are not speaking, but you are still learning. And it works. Think about music. Have you ever listened to a song many times? After a while, you can sing along, even if you don't understand every word. Your brain remembers the rhythm, the melody, and the words. You don't study the lyrics, you just hear them again and again, and slowly you can say them too. English is the same. When you listen to English, movies, podcasts, songs, or even radio, your brain starts to learn the sounds, the flow, and the patterns. You start to understand more, and later you can speak more, naturally. Let me tell you a true story. There was a student named Sophia. She was very shy. She never spoke in class. She was afraid of making mistakes, so she stayed quiet. But she loved music and radio. Every day she listened to English radio for 30 minutes. She didn't take notes. She didn't repeat out loud. She just listened. After 3 months, something surprising happened. One day she answered a question in English class. Her voice was clear, her grammar was correct, her accent was good. The teacher was shocked. So were her classmates. Sophia became fluent, without speaking much. She became fluent by listening. You see, listening is not just for your ears. It's for your whole brain. The brain listens. The brain remembers. The brain practices, silently. Later, when you're ready to speak, the words come out more easily. The sounds feel natural. You don't have to think too hard. Now, here's an easy tip you can try. It's called shadowing. Shadowing means listening to a sentence and then repeating it right after, like an echo. You don't need to be perfect. You don't even need to speak loudly. Just follow the speaker's voice. Listen to a podcast, video, or movie clip. Then repeat what you hear, softly, naturally. Do it while walking or cleaning. No pressure, no stress. Just enjoy the sound of English. Shadowing trains your mouth and your brain. It's like singing along with your favorite song. You don't need to try hard. You just follow. Let me ask you something. Have you ever repeated a line from a movie, just for fun? Maybe something funny or dramatic? That's listening magic. You were not trying to learn, but you did learn. You were not practicing speaking, but you did speak. That's the power of listening. You can improve your speaking without pressure to talk. So if you feel shy, if you feel nervous, if you are not ready to speak in English, that's okay. Just listen. Let your brain do the work. Let the sounds go in. And when the time is right, the words will come out. You can improve your English speaking without speaking, just by listening. So here's your challenge. Try listening to English for 30 minutes today. You don't have to talk. Just listen. And if you feel brave, try a little shadowing. Just repeat a few words. No pressure. Step by step, your English will grow. Chapter 3. Listening builds. Vocabulary without memorizing. Do you want to learn more English words? Here's good news. You don't need to memorize long word lists. You can build your vocabulary just by listening. When you hear English every day, you learn new words without trying. You hear them in real conversations, in podcasts, in stories, in interviews, in everyday English. That's how your brain learns best, in context. Let's explain what that means. When you see a word on a list, like this, Apple book travel important quickly, you might forget it tomorrow. But if you hear the word in a real sentence, it stays longer in your brain. Let's try an example. Here's a short story. Emma woke up early. She packed her bag and left for the airport. Her flight was at 9 a.m., so she didn't want to be late. At the airport, she showed her passport, checked her luggage, and waited to board. Just by listening to that short story, you can learn 5 new words. 1 bag, 2 airport, 3 late, 4 passport, 5 luggage. You didn't memorize them. You heard them. And because they were part of a story, your brain understood them better. You didn't just learn the words. You learned how they are used. This is called learning in context. It's powerful. When you listen to English, you hear the meaning of words from the situation, not from a dictionary. Here's a tip. If you hear a word you don't know, try to guess its meaning from the sentence. Let's try. He wore a thick coat because the weather was freezing. You might not know the word freezing, but from the sentence, you can guess it means very cold. This is a smart way to learn vocabulary. No stress, no lists, just listen and guess. Now, let's talk about grammar. Most people learn grammar with rules: present simple, past continuous, future perfect. It feels like math. It feels hard. But when you listen to English, you learn grammar naturally. You hear the patterns. You hear how people really speak. For example, you don't need to remember the rule, I go, for every day. I went for yesterday. You just hear it many times. I go to school every morning. Yesterday I went to the market. Your brain notices the pattern. Over time, it becomes automatic. You don't have to think about grammar. You feel what sounds right. This is exactly how children learn their first language. And here's a thought-provoking question for you. Did you learn your first language by memorizing words? Of course not. So why do it now? Think about it. When you were a child, you listened for years. You didn't study grammar. You didn't make word lists. You listened to your parents, to stories, to songs, and you learned. You can do the same with English. Just listen. Every day. Let the words and grammar come to you. Naturally. So here's a challenge. Pick a short podcast or story in English. Listen to it today. Try to find 5 new words. Don't write them. Just listen again tomorrow. You will remember them. And if you hear a new word, ask yourself, what does this word mean from the sentence? Trust your brain. It's smarter than you think. You can grow your vocabulary. You can improve your grammar. And you can do it just by listening. No memorizing, no pressure. Just enjoy the sounds of English. Chapter 4. How to make listening a daily habit. Now that you know how powerful listening is, let's talk about action. How can you make listening a part of your daily life? Don't worry. It's easier than you think. You don't need a classroom. You don't need a teacher. You just need a simple plan. And you can start today. What should you listen to? Start with easy English, not the news, not fast movies, not hard podcasts. Start small. Start simple. Try things like English stories for beginners, slow English podcasts, easy English YouTube videos, conversations with subtitles. Choose things made for learners, like you, and choose topics you enjoy. If you like cooking, listen to easy recipes. If you love travel, find beginner travel stories. If you enjoy daily life topics, morning routines, health tips, funny conversations, listen to that. When you enjoy the content, listening becomes fun. When should you listen? Anytime. You don't need extra hours. Use the time you already have. Here are some ideas. While walking or exercising, while cleaning your room, while on the bus or train, while waiting in line, while brushing your teeth. Turn your small moments into listening time. Even 10 minutes a day can change your English. How should you listen? Here's a small but powerful tip. Listen to the same story every day for 7 days. Yes, the same story. Why? Because repetition builds understanding. On day 1, you understand 50%. On day 3, you understand 80%. On day 7, you understand almost everything. You hear the same words again and again. They stick. It feels good. You feel progress. You feel confident. Try it and see the difference. Real result, one student's story. Let's share a quick story. Maria was a quiet learner. She didn't like grammar rules. She didn't like speaking in class. She thought English was too hard. Then she found a YouTube channel with English stories. Slow, clear, simple English. She listened to one story every day. Just 15 minutes, while washing dishes or walking to school. After 30 days, something happened. She watched an English TV show and understood most of it. She didn't study more. She just listened more. That's the power of listening. Mistakes to avoid. Now, be careful of some common mistakes. Mistake 1. Listening to things that are too hard. If you understand less than 50%, stop. It's not fun, it's stressful. Mistake 2. Trying to take notes or memorize while listening. No need. Relax. Just listen. Mistake 3. Expecting fast results. Learning takes time. But if you do it every day, results will come. No pressure. Just enjoy. This is your English journey. No tests, no grades, no rules. Just you, your ears, and the sounds of English. Listen while smiling. Listen while walking. Listen while resting. Let it be part of your life, like music. You don't always study music. You enjoy it. Do the same with English. Final question. Can you do this for just 10 minutes a day? That's all. 10 minutes of listening every day. If your answer is yes, then your English will never be the same. You will hear more, understand more, speak more, and feel more confident. So start today. Find one short story. Listen while doing something simple, and do it again tomorrow. Your new English habit begins now. If you learned something new today, like this video, subscribe to the channel and share it with a friend who is learning English. Also, I read every comment. So tell me in the comments, how do you practice listening in English? Do you listen to songs, podcasts, movies, stories? I'd love to hear your ideas. And remember, listening is the beginning. If you listen every day, even just a little, you are doing something powerful. Thank you for watching. Keep going, and as always,